Okay, so for this section, we are going to cover how to put in college classes that you've taken. So this would be for a student who's applying as a transfer student from the community college. Also, for a student who's a high school student that has college coursework that they've completed, they would have to fill out this portion as well. So the first thing you would want to add is the college that you attended. So you would click on add a college or university, and then you would put in the college. So I'm just going to put in Irvine Valley College. It's moving a little slow. Let's give it a second. There we go. So Irvine Valley College, so we go ahead and click on it. It'll ask, did you obtain or are you planning to obtain a degree from this college or university? So the student can answer yes or no. So for instance, if they're completing an associate's degree for transfer or an ADT, then they can go ahead and select yes. But if they're just getting their 60 units to transfer, then they can just say no. And then it'll ask you what type of term system. So we'll just say semester. Most colleges are semester. And then when did you attend this college or university? So I'm just going to make up a date here. I'm going to put fall, which usually starts in August 2018, going through to fall. We'll just say fall 2020. So the fall semester ends usually in December, so I'll just put December 2020. Okay, it says check if you are still attending this college or university. So for this example, the student would still be attending because their last semester is fall 2020, which hasn't completed yet. So they would say that they're still attending and then save. And then the next portion is they will need to go ahead and put in their transcript entry. So the school's been added, it has the dates attended, all the information looks correct. So we'll go ahead and move over to transcript entry. So something to state that's very important is for the transcript entry portion, for college level, so for students who are transfer students who are transferring from the community college, they actually have to enter all coursework at all colleges attended. So even if the class is not transferable, they have to enter every single class they've taken at every single college that they've attended, whether it's transferable or not. And I know this is a little different from the high school students because the high school students only put in A through G classes, whereas transfer students do have to enter all classes taken at all of the colleges they attended. So that's just something I wanted to make a note of. Also, something else that's very important is the student should make sure everything is accurate before they submit, because once you submit, you cannot go back and make changes. This goes for freshman students too. So it's very important to make sure everything is correct once you submit, because if you do need to make changes, you would then need to get in touch with the admissions office at each school that you've applied to make any kind of changes. So it's very important to make sure that everything has been entered and that it's all correct. So at this point, we're gonna start putting in, I'm just gonna give an example of putting in a class. So for Irvine Valley College, we'll just click start. And then it'll say start by adding a semester. So we're gonna click add a semester. And then we are gonna select the term. So we'll just start with fall 2018. So for freshman, sophomore, junior, senior, that basically depends on how many units you've completed. So if you have 0 through 29 units, that's freshman. 30 to 59 units is sophomore, 60 to 89 units is a junior, and then 90 or more units is a senior. So that information is actually in the application help guide. So if you ever forget, you can go up to under your name, there's a little drop down, and if you go to, I believe it's the help center, The Help Center will show you all of the help guide. So they have a freshman help guide, transfer, and this is super helpful. So I highly recommend checking out these guides, which kind of basically walk you through the application. There's a lot of great information in there. So just a heads up on that. But the unit counts, you know, for freshman, sophomore, junior, senior, you can actually find that in the transfer coursework entry guide. Okay, so let's go back the screen. So you put in the term, you put in the year. We're just going to say freshman, keep it easy. And then you do have to put if the class is in progress or planned. So if you're in it right now, it would be in progress. If the course is planned, then you would list it as planned. If you've completed the course, then you would list completed. So I'm just going to put completed. We're going to click save. And then you're going to go ahead and add the course. So the first thing you want to do is put in the first few letters of the course. So I'm just going to put in communication studies. And as you can see, everything pre-fills. So it tells you it's communications. You do have to put in the subject. So in this case, it would be communications. It pre-fills the credits here, and then you would need to put your grade in. So I'm just going to put in A. And then it already knows that it's transferable, so it checks it for you. If you manually enter a course, you would need to check if it's transferable or not. And if it is, then you would have to check off the transferable box yourself. But if it's already in the system, it should check off transferable. If it's transferable, the system already knows. So once you're done, you would go ahead and click save. And you would basically just go, and it says success. So you would just go through for each class on your transcript and just literally enter every class that you've taken for all colleges attended. And then the general education section will populate any of the classes that you took to fulfill your golden 4. So as you can see, communications satisfies the oral communications area. If I listed other classes, it would pre-fill those to show which classes satisfied the A2 area, A3, and B4. And so after that, you would just save and continue. And the rest is just like the freshman section, the standardized tests, AP, CLEP, IB, you would put those tests in if you had them. If not, you would just move to the next section and say that you didn't have those tests. And so that would actually complete the transfer coursework entry section.